here at Senior Life, you know, I'm not looking for anyone to give me a raise or to do this for me or do that for me. It's all set up where I can do whatever I want.
Right. So
I
you
can,
can't hit a ceiling.
I
'Cause
can. I can
yeah,
get
there's
as
no
big.
ceiling that
Yeah,
exists.
exactly.
Right.
There's no one holding me back from being successful.
That's awesome, man.
You know, if anything, it's the opposite. People are encouraging you to be successful, helping you to be successful.
Welcome, Senior Life family, to another All Fired Up podcast. I'm joined today by Josh Riley. Josh, how are we feeling today?
Feeling great.
Awesome, man. So, for anybody that hasn't seen any of your previous videos or anything like that, can you give us a little background on who Josh Riley is?
Sure. I have been in the insurance business for about 12 years. Been here at Senior Life going on 6 years.
Okay.
You know, family guy, have a wife, 3 kids. Really, everything I do is kind of to promote that family atmosphere. You know, one of kind of the main foundations I always felt like here at Senior Life was that family atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's certainly something that I bring kind of to the table on a daily basis, what we try to promote throughout our agency, through our agents, really kind of bringing people into a culture that you want to be a part of, that you want to be successful in. That's something that I felt when I came down to Senior Life the first time is really what I got, to feel like I was part of that family atmosphere. And so that's what we really try to promote.
Awesome, man. And so, kind of, how did you get into the insurance space?
You know, kind of by accident.
Yeah.
I actually went to school to be a firefighter,
Oh, wow.
believe it
Okay.
or not. And the town I lived in, you know, you take the firefighting test and all that stuff. And I was on a wait list. You know, now it's funny, they're begging for
Right.
firefighters,
Yeah.
you know. But at that time, you know, I was on a wait list. I started, you know, moving houses, you know, while I was on this wait list over the summer. I remember I moved a guy into his house who was starting a mortgage company.
Okay.
So he's like, hey, you're wasting your time doing this. Come sell mortgages. So I went and sold mortgages, was pretty good at it. And then my turn came to be a firefighter.
Okay.
And it was almost like I would have had to take a huge pay cut to be a
Right.
firefighter. And now I was in kind of the sales environment. So it's funny how your life takes these twists and turns. So I kind of worked my way up, you know, became a branch manager for a mortgage company. And then when the crash hit,
Right.
I got together with someone else and we're like, hey, let's open up our own kind of financial services company with the idea of doing a million different things.
Right.
Right. And I went to Chicago and learned about this thing, Final Expense. It was just another product we were going to add to our portfolio, and realized so quickly how easy this could become if you just kind of focused on this. And really from that point on, my business went from doing all kinds of things, you know, jack of all trades, to really funneling down and focusing on solely Final Expense.
Right.
And I've been doing it ever since.
Awesome, man. And so, kind of what brought you to Senior Life then?
You know, I was in a place, I was with another company that everything was fine, but, you know, I was really pigeonholed into a certain spot, right? There was
Right.
no room for growth. Everyone talks about this big word of opportunity, right?
Right.
I think it gets thrown around kind of too much for everything these days, but literally there was a lack of opportunity there.
Okay.
I had gone as far as I could go.
So you feel like hit a ceiling almost.
100%.
Okay.
You know, and then, you know, things start working against you, right?
Yeah.
You have, you know, you're buried in some person's downline, you're at someone else's, your career, it really hinges on if someone else is going to allow you to be
Right.
successful. And actually, Robert Shiver, who's a great friend of mine and really one of the main reasons I came here, you know, we started talking. I kind of came down here. I met him and Ron, and really from that point on, I was like, you know what? It's a scary change, right? Because
Right. No, it's a
you're used
jump.
to a bunch
Yeah.
of things. You know, but I talked it over with my wife, like I said, my family. We decided this would be a good move for us, and really have not looked back since then.
Awesome, man.
So that's really how I kind of came to Senior Life. And you know, just to add on to that opportunity thing here, like I said, I was pigeonholed into somewhere where you couldn't go anywhere. Here at Senior Life, you know, I'm not looking for anyone to give me a raise or to do this for me or do that for me. It's all set up where I can do whatever I want.
Right. So
I
you can't hit a ceiling.
I
'Cause
can. I can
yeah,
get
there's
as
no
big.
ceiling that
Yeah,
exists.
exactly.
Right.
There's no one holding me back from being successful.
That's awesome, man.
You know, if anything, it's the opposite. People are encouraging you to be successful, helping you to be successful. And really, that's one of the things that we try to promote with our agents when people are coming in, or we're talking to new people who are trying to get into the insurance business. No one's trying to bring you down, hold you back with fear, threaten you. It's the complete opposite.
Right.
We're trying to build you up, encourage you, empower you, show you how you can really change your life, and show you people that actually do it every single day, every single month.
Yeah, and that's in a previous podcast with Doug, I feel like that's the best people to learn from are the people that have actually went out and done it and have been successful. You know, now that you've done it, you can show them how
Sure.
to do it.
I have knocked on 1,000,000 doors. I've sold policies at McDonald's, on kitchen, at kitchen tables, on
Yeah.
front porches, at Dunkin' Donuts. So I'm not asking anyone to do something that I have not done. I'll show you a path that took me from just me sitting in an office by myself to having hundreds and hundreds of agents nationwide to being one of the top leaders here at Senior Life. And again, I'm no different than you or from the next person that I sit down and talk to. The only difference is I decided to get up every morning and go to work and make this a career.
Right.
I think that's people's biggest hurdle.
Is the start.
Is the start. I can tell you exactly what to do to be successful. The one thing I can't tell you or show you how to do is to be self-motivated. I can't get you out of bed in the morning physically.
Yeah.
I have some agents who'd be like, "Can you just call me to make sure that I'm awake?" Yes, I can definitely do that. But again, no one's calling me saying, "Hey, it's 6 o'clock, time to get up. It's 7 o'clock, time to get up, and go to work." That's something that you have to do. We're going to help you and encourage you and all those things. But once you decide that you have that entrepreneurial spirit or you want to change your life for yourself or for your family, there's no better path than Senior Life.
Awesome, man. And so you said hundreds of agents nationwide, and as I've gotten to know you, I've noticed how much you travel.
Yep.
So kind of tell me about building a business across the nation. I mean, that's a pretty big thing for a lot of people. And if you can kind of just go into that, kind of your start, and then what's been successful, and maybe some roadblocks too along the way.
I have some great leaders in my organization. In both English speaking side, Spanish speaking side, my right-hand man, Dan, all the way down to Gary and Hector and Ernest and all these people nationwide. And really, it's all about kind of seeing the people. And like I said, I was at a place where I was so pigeonholed, I could only go within, 50 miles of my house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If I went over into the next town, I wasn't allowed to write business there. You know what I mean? So it was a strange
very restrictive
thing.
then, yeah.
Very restrictive, very territorial. So when I came to Senior Life and was able to be like, oh, hey, the whole country's yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go, plant my flag here and plant my flag there, and going to see people and getting up in front of a room, engaging with agents, talking with them, kind of spreading that kind of Senior Life gospel, what we do and how we do it and how they can change their lives. To me, that was always an empowering thing for myself.
Yeah.
For the people that I bring with me who help build and grow those agencies, they know that support's there. Because, if I'm willing to get on a plane, last week to go to Chicago, this week to be in Thomasville, next week to be in LA, so on and so forth, you should be available to get out of bed and come,
at least come
drive down the road to the local office, and we're going to help you be successful. So,
right.
As far as roadblocks, to be honest, I never looked at any of that stuff as roadblocks.
Okay.
When I wake up and I'm going to get on a plane, I am pumped, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go, see the team in San Diego, or see the team in San Jose or Chicago or Dallas or Houston or wherever we're going, Columbus, Ohio. So all those things to me is really exciting.
That's awesome, man.
And I think people can feel that.
Yeah, no.
Every time we go in, every time I talk to someone, they're so excited. They can't believe that I would come out to see them. And I've flown places to meet 2 people, right? I've flown places to meet 200 people. So all those things. And again, anyone can come with me. People are like, "Hey, Josh, I have some people here. Can you come meet them?" No problem.
Yeah.
Let's get them excited.
Awesome, man. And then so for any agents that have, maybe they're a little bit discouraged, they, can't really make a sale, maybe they've lost their motivation, stuck in a, kind of got pigeonholed somewhere. What's some kind of, I guess, words of wisdom that you can help them kind of relight that fire almost?
I will tell you, and again, I don't want to sound cliche with any of this stuff, but
Right.
Consistency is a big motivation for anyone. When you're talking about being consistent with what you're doing, with your actions on a daily basis, that's how you can pull yourself out of anything. We are in a sales environment, right? There are ups and downs. And I always looked at things as not having on a daily basis or a weekly basis, but on a monthly basis.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is you can have a bad day, you can have a bad week. If you're consistently doing these things every single day, you will never have a bad month. And that's how I looked at it, right? If my goal for the month is to make $10,000. I don't care if I made that $10,000 in the first week or the last week.
Right.
Right? And I could have had 3 terrible weeks in a row, but as long as I kept consistent, kept following that system, kept taking those leads every single week, kept getting out there, seeing the people every single time, sometimes your best sale of the day is the last sale. Right?
Okay.
So stay consistent. You might have a bad day, might have a bad week. You will never have a bad month.
And I can't remember where I saw this, but it's just a saying about persistently being consistent.
Yep.
And I think that's just really important in any sales environment, really. And then so another thing I've noticed was just talking with you and Dan is y'all are very good about reinvesting into your business.
Yes.
Could you kind of go into why that's so important?
I think so often people get into this, and you get into it because, right, I tell this to every single person. Everyone on our team is the CEO and president of their own business.
Okay.
Right? If you want to open a Dunkin' Donuts, right, you have to have $1 million of liquid cash sitting in your checking account in order to open up a Dunkin' Donuts franchise. You got into this business because you want to be the president of your own company here at Senior Life. You need to reinvest. You still, at McDonald's, if you buy that franchise, you still have to buy the burgers and pay for the advertising and all these things. You have to do that same thing here to make your business successful. If your opportunity or what you're looking to do is growth, right, you can't sit there and say, ooh, I only am really trying to work to keep the lights on in my house. If that's where you're at, that's okay.
Right.
But if you have bigger goals, larger ambitions of agency building, certainly like I did, the light of that end of the tunnel, you need to keep your eye focused on it. And if you make $50,000, but you need to spend 25 so that I can make 100, then I'm going to do that. So often people kind of jump over $100 bills to get to $20 bills, and I never understood that.
Yeah.
So,
okay, I get that.
So you need to reinvest in yourself because that's really what you're investing in.
Yeah.
And when you do that, people see it, people get excited, and the growth continues from there. The other thing I think of, I was reading something recently that, any good business is like a machine, right? It's really made up of 2 parts.
Okay.
Culture and people. Right. And I think that here at Senior Life, this company is that machine. And to me, those are the 2 biggest assets, the people and the culture. And if you take those 2 things and you bring those into your daily basis, your daily life, your daily business, and focus on the people and the culture that you're building, you can't lose.
That's awesome, man. It's like a guaranteed system almost.
Yep, 100%.
You just maintain the machine and... Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so, it's been awesome talking with you, man. Is there anybody you want to thank, anybody you want to shout out, anything like that?
As always, my man Robert Shiver, Ron Powell, the Powell family, really everyone here at Senior Life, yourself, the recruiting department, the leads department. We are a company run and owned and operated by agents, and you can feel that on a daily basis. Without this Senior Life organization, there would be no, Josh Riley or our organization. So really from those guys, Eric, everyone here at the home office, I give you guys the props. I think so often you guys do these podcasts for us, and really, no one's talking about you, the behind the scenes stuff. So, Will, I appreciate you guys. Everyone does a great job here at Senior Life. I encourage everyone, to call, reach out, find someone, come join the movement that is Senior Life.
All right, Josh, how could people get in touch with you, and kind of what states are you in that people, if they're watching and they're like, hey, I want to come do what this guy's doing?
To be honest, I mean, you can call me for no matter where you are in the entire country.
Okay, cool.
Seriously, if nothing else, I will be able to share my story with you, encourage you. If you need to be closer to someone else, we'll get you set up.
Awesome,
you know what
man.
I mean? I've always felt like here at Senior Life, it's not me against someone else, us against them. We work as a team.
Right.
And if you're sitting in, Doug's backyard, then guess what?
Give you the Doug.
We're going to give you the Doug. You know what I mean? We want you to be successful.
Right.
Whether that's with me or someone else, we just want the Senior Life to be successful as a whole and make people a success.
I love that, man, because it seems like a lot in this industry, it's more competitive than it is of playing on the same team.
Yep.
And that's kind of something I've noticed just from working here, is that we're all playing for we're all trying to reach the same goal.
Right.
And we all are helping each other reach that goal.
And I'm a competitive person. I like to win. But again, I looked at Senior Life as a different culture, like I talked about, where Senior Life is one, and we are all trying to win and beat the industry. You know what I mean? As opposed to each other within the confines of Senior Life. So to me, that was always, again, one of those things that I really liked about that. It's like I said, you're coming into a culture that empowers.
Yeah.
Really, one of the big things that you can do here at Senior Life is own stock, own a piece of the company.
Okay.
Ron Powell and Tammy and the Powells allow you to purchase stock here. I'm a shareholder here at Senior Life. So if someone else is doing well, it only benefits me. You know what I mean? And every person who gets to come here and work with Senior Life has the opportunity to actually own a piece of the company. And be part of that, and grow with it, and share in the success of the company. When we do better as a whole, everyone does better as the individual shareholders. So it's just really an incredible place to be.
That's awesome, man. I mean, is there any contact information you'd want to give to people to get in touch with you?
Sure, you can call me you can check out the Riley Life Group on our Instagram pages, on our Facebook pages. RLG.life is our website. You can call or text me directly. My wife always says that, when your cell phone is attached to your, and it is. So 603-557-8878 is my actual personal cell phone. I don't care who you are watching this. You can call me or text me.
That's awesome, man. Well, Josh, it was awesome talking with you, man. I mean, I really enjoyed and learned a lot from you. Just kind of the final send-off, man. How you feeling?
All fired up.
Awesome.